One last thing about the Bills right now. So we're looking at this roster. Let's, for the sake of discussion, say that Chad DeDominicis is right, and Ryan Bates does come back, which will make me very happy. I hope you're right. I like him a lot. I think he's got a lot of room to grow, and I think he was really good last year.
Mm-hmm.
The one position on this team, without question, that needs addressing is corner. Now, if they don't re-sign Ryan Bates and they lose him, then I think interior offensive line, which will be addressed in the draft regardless, I think it becomes a higher priority. But right now, especially again, the first goal, and Brandon Beane says this all the time, Chad, first and foremost, you got to win your division. And to win your division, you got to beat the 3 other teams. Miami's loaded now with speed. The Bills have struggled with speed receivers in the past. And again, they lose Levi Wallace. Corner's got to be a top priority. That's my long-winded way of getting to this point, man. They need a cornerback early in this draft. They draft 25th. If you were the GM right now, if you're Brandon Beane, and there's 4 guys that are really head and shoulders above at the top. You got Sauce Gardner, Stingley, Andrew Booth Jr., and Trent McDuffie. If you get to pick 15, 16, 17, the Bills pick 25th, and one of the 2 of those guys are there, do you think it would be wise maybe for Beane to say, I'll give you my first and second? Because I looked it up. If the Bills gave up the first and second using the old trade value chart, they can get up to about 15, 16. Is it worth it to give up your first and your second and go up and get a corner who could probably start from you on day one?
This is tough. Because
it is. Draft questions are always tough.
Well, it's tough for me because I am a numbers guy at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And an analytics numbers guy will tell you that you never trade your draft picks. So that's where I'm at. Trading up is bad, evil, giving up picks. Don't do it. Keep your darts. And just make your picks. But I get the need. Because the other part I struggle with is, and we just talked about it with Diggs. I guess I have to know exactly what is the plan with him. If the plan is we're going to ride out a year, we'll see how next year goes, and maybe the year after that he's not back. Well, then maybe I'm thinking about grabbing a receiver, to be honest, instead of a corner. But
Jeremy White loves you, buddy.
I'm all offense. I look at this league and I just sit there and say defenses don't stop anybody anyways. You had the best defense in football going into the Kansas City Chiefs game, and you couldn't stop Patrick Mahomes to save your life. You couldn't even keep him from going 40 yards in 13 seconds. So what am I going to invest a first-round pick in a defensive player corner where I know it's important, but or I could just keep trying to stock and load my offense and my receivers, and that's where the NFL is going now. And I'll find a corner. Dane Jackson, I actually kind of like Dane Jackson. So if he's my number 2 corner, fine. They couldn't stop Tyreek Hill anyways, so who the hell cares? Let's just score more points than the other team, because that's always been my mindset, especially against the playoffs when you play against Patrick Mahomes, or it's going to be, Russell Wilson or whoever you get into a thing with. Deshaun Watson now, maybe. They're probably going to score every time because they're just that good. So you know what? I got to score every time too. So that's where I'm at. I get the need at corner. I understand it. I respect it. They probably think it's more important than I do, because especially when you have a defensive-minded head coach. But me, I'm score more points, baby. Let's just keep loading up that offense. Let's just score as many points as possible, and we'll let the defense figure itself out. Get me 3 stops a game, 2 or 3 stops a game. My offense scores almost every time. I'll be happy.
I'll tell you what, man. You just sang to a lot of Bills fans right now, man. There are a lot of people, a lot of fans, not just fans, a lot of media right now. John Scott, Jeremy White, Nick Gayler, all these guys, man. Wide receiver, running back too. Which, by the way, was Singletary again. We could be going after this year. Why not draft somebody now so you don't got to pay Devin Singletary next year? It's a good philosophy.